Hey y'all, hey! If you've been following me, you've known that I have been living in Jamaica for over 5 years, well, almost 5 years. And recently I had to come back to America to have surgery on my knee. I recently was inboxed and someone asked me what are the benefits of living outside of America versus in America. So I'm getting ready to tell you, because everybody know me love Jamaica. My accent's horrible, so I'm not even going to try. But the benefits of living in Jamaica, I'm a Cubs fan. Being back in America is horrible. Yeah. I love America. Don't get me wrong. I love my country, but I love Jamaica more. And the reason being is, in America, we have rent or mortgage, which is no less than $1,500 a month, even for a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom in a nice area. Then you have your electric, your water, your gas, your cable and internet, your car insurance, your health insurance. And even if you have health insurance, then you have a copay. If you go to the doctor, you have a bigger copay if you have to stay in the hospital. The bills are never ending. I literally have a book that I have to write them all down and check them off as I pay them when they come in every month, because I can't keep up with them. There's so many bills, right? Then, not to mention, the healthcare system is horrible. The food that they provide us is full of preservatives and poisons so that we get sick, and now we have to depend on the healthcare system and take healthcare medicine and all this stuff. When I moved to Jamaica, of course, the food there is organic. It's grown, raised. Your meat is raised there. Your vegetables and fruit are organically grown there. If you go to the farmer's market, if you find a local farmer to sell you your meat, your fish, and your eggs, and go diving for your fish, whatever, what have you. Anyway, all the food is organic. There's no stuff in it. So automatically, that alone, I lost a whole bunch of weight. Go back on my videos. I'm not going to go into it. But living in Jamaica, it's peaceful. Like, the people are so amazing and so friendly. Yes, you have bad everywhere. Everywhere you go, you have good and bad people. There's always going to be guns and drugs and this and that. But you also have a positive side. It's paradise, for God's sake. So, I have a 1-bedroom apartment overlooking the sea. It's fully furnished with no utilities. Internet is provided, water, power, everything is provided, and I pay $350 a month. No, 3 times the rent, prove your income, this or that. Oh, you need a place? I have a place. Pay me the first month and a deposit, and it's yours. I've been there 5 years in the same apartment. Why would I move? So when I got sick, I had to come back to America to have surgery. I didn't have anywhere to live because I had sold my house. I sold all my furniture. I sold everything. So just for these few months that I'm in America to have this surgery that's covered by my insurance that I already had from my husband passing. That's a long story. But so the rent was $1,200 deposit, $1,200 rent. The power was $200 deposit. Gas, $200 deposit. Water, $150 deposit. Internet, $100 a month. Then my car insurance, I had to buy a car, so that's another $6,000. Then car insurance runs me $250 a month for full coverage. Like, the bills never end. Within 3 months, I spent over $7,000, well, not counting the $6,000 car I bought. In 3 months, I spent almost $8,000 just because now I have to buy a couch and chair. You know, I have to buy my furniture. Had to buy a bed to sleep in. Then I had to buy linens to go on the bed. I had to buy dishes. Then I had to buy food, which is outrageous. $12 for a dozen eggs. Come on. So yeah, why do I live in Jamaica? Because I don't have to worry and stress myself over bills. Yeah, it's not an easy life compared to America. It's a third world country. Some say it's not third world. They say it's first world. You choose what you call it, what you want to call it. Because for me, it's paradise. I have no hot water and I have no AC, but I have fans in the window and I have the sea breeze coming in. So I don't need it. If I need to wash my clothes, I wash them and hang them out to dry. There's no dryer, but I love that because the fresh sea breeze blows through my clothes. Anywhere you go, 5 miles, 10 miles down the road, there's our river. We go every Sunday to the river. There's waterfalls. There's music. There's dancing. There's people everywhere. Just, I don't know. There's no difference. It's no question for me. I love Jamaica. And as soon as I get well enough and back on my feet, you're damn right, I'm going back. Who's going with me? And for those saying, oh, once your American money run out, you'll go back. No, I won't. I won't. Because I'm retired. I'm on a budget. I've taken my money and budgeted it. I allow myself so much every month while I'm in Jamaica. And once I reach that budget, that's it. And so that money, it'll last me a really long time. I'm not rich by any means, trust me. But I lived in Jamaica on less than $1,500 a month total. Rent, food, everything. So yeah, I'm not going nowhere. I'm here to stay. I do apologize if I'm rambling because I did just take my medicine, so I'm kind of loo-loo. So if I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's a big advantage. Not just Jamaica, any country outside the U.S. Pick one. Pick one, search it on TikTok, living in so-and-so country, and there's a million videos of other people that have done it, and you can follow them and get guidance from them. But before you move anywhere, make sure you travel there and see if you like it. Because Jamaica is not for everybody. And it's not for the weak. If you're weak-minded or if you're not street smart or if you're not aware of your surroundings, then don't move here. Absolutely. But I wish you luck. One last thing and then I'm done. Don't come at me with Jamaica's dangerous. Jamaica this, Jamaica that. Because I'm scared to go to the freaking gas station in America. Might get robbed. Go to a concert, might get blown up. Go to visit my nephew at his school, might get shot in a school shooting. I mean, come on now. There's violence everywhere you go. So don't give me that crap. Jamaica polices their own. So it's much safer than you think it is. That's the media. So if you come to Jamaica and you want to tour around and you want to see Jamaica and you're scared to do it, give me a call. Me and my security guards will come get you and we'll show you around. Hey y'all.
I got it.
So somebody asked me why I moved to Jamaica. And I'm going to tell you why. So I don't feel well, so I'm drinking ginger with lime and honey and some Jamaican remedy. Or you can do squeeze some lime in a shot of rum. And that'll clear you up too. But why did I move to Jamaica? Well, alright, y'all be safe. Let's go back 4 years ago. I apologize for the background noise. A little over 4 years ago,
I was married to a wonderful man for the last 18 years. Well, 17 years at the time. And yes, I'm using a filter because I look like horrible because I'm sick right now. So, I was married to a wonderful man for 17 years. We had 4 kids, all of his, but they're my stepchildren, and 10 grandkids, and he worked in the coal mines. Most of you know this and know me. But one day, he laid down for a nap and didn't wake up. And it was devastating to me because we were still in love like the day that we met. We still dated each other and loved each other. I mean, we weren't perfect. We had our issues. Every marriage does. But we loved each other. And so his death was traumatizing to me. And after the day he passed, even before the funeral, only a select few of people, and you know who you are, checked on me, came to see about me, including his children. And our friends I no longer fit in because I'm now single, you know, with their married couples dates and couples parties, and I just didn't fit in anymore. So everybody drifted away. And so little by little I sold off everything we had. I gave his motorcycle for a little bit of nothing to his best friend, and I sold I gave his truck to his cousin, sold the house, and decided to move back home with family in Kentucky. I hadn't been around them in over 30 years. But I thought maybe it'll be good if I be around family again. Wrong decision. But anyway, long story short, I lived in Kentucky for a whole year. I gave it a chance, and I was still miserable. I was still depressed. And anyway, I went on a girls' trip to Jamaica because I had been talking about Jamaica since I was a little girl. Anybody that knows me, I'm obsessed with Jamaica. My husband, I had told him that year, I said, if you don't take me to Jamaica, then you're paying for me and my girlfriends to go. And he said, no problem. But, of course, he wasn't around to do that. So, me and these 4 other women went to Jamaica for 10 days. And we had an amazing tour guide, Island Tours Jamaica. And we spent an amazing 10 days, I think it was, at the Rio Reggae in Montego Bay. And we had an amazing time. I completely forgot all my problems, everything. And we went back home. And when we went back home, I went back to Kentucky. They went back to Alabama. And I was back to being miserable and depressed and sad. So I called this tour guide and was like, hey, if I come to Jamaica for 3 months, do you think you could help me find, a long-term apartment? Well, short-term. Yeah, no problem. So I got an apartment and I stayed those 3 months, came back home, and I was miserable. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to move to Jamaica 7 months out of the year, and then I'll come back home the other 3 months, because you have to live in the United States every 6 months, less than 6 months, in order to not have to file on your taxes and all that. And it's a bunch of paperwork and stuff. Anyway, I go home about every 3 months. But long story short, I went for 3 months, and I've been here a little over 3 years. And the apartment I currently live in, I found through a mutual friend in Jamaica that I had made. He's no longer living. He met his demise last year. But his uncle had a house with an apartment downstairs, and I have a pool overlooking the ocean, and I basically pay $350 a month with no utilities. Yeah, I have a 7-passenger van. I'm running a successful tour company, showing people around the island. Most of my tours are single females traveling alone because they trust me, you know. But yeah, that's how I ended up in Jamaica, and I love it here. It was the best move I've ever done. It was the best decision in my life. I lost over 80 pounds, about 65 or 70 actually. I went from a size 16 down to an 8 within 7 months. And I put a little bit back on now, but it was the best move I ever did, mentally, physically, emotionally. I still have my days, I still miss my husband, but I love Jamaica, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So don't listen to the advisories, because the neighborhoods that they mention in those advisories, the neighborhoods and the areas that they mention, as a tourist, you will never go there. We wouldn't take you there if you paid us. You'll never reach those areas. So you're perfectly fine to come and enjoy your vacation and have a wonderful, amazing time. If you have any questions about moving to Jamaica or coming to visit, or you need a tour guide, or you even need airport transport, hit me up. I'd be more than happy to help you out.
I always find it ironic that in places called third world countries, the quality of life can be so much more vibrant, invigorating, filled with real relationships, laughter, joy, that we don't get here in the US. For example, when I would go to Jamaica growing up, I always noticed that work wasn't as much of a priority. And then I realized that in the US, we live to work, and in other countries, they work to live. In the US, we value our luxuries. We love having things. We go to Amazon, we click, we buy. It's a ton of consumerism. It's a ton of prioritizing these material things, but we don't prioritize human connection the same way. Living in the West, it's a very I-focused society. So we are focused on ourselves, our gain, our lives, our world. And when you go to another country where it's more we-centric, it's less individualistic and more of a collective, there's just this level of laughter and joy and connection. In Jamaica, we party with each other. We party with our friends, our family. They may not have as much monetarily, but they have so much more joy. They're gonna play dominoes, they're gonna connect, they're gonna meet up, they're gonna talk. Those types of things don't happen in the US as much because we're all so busy doing business. We all got our own things going on. It's big as hell. You're all the way in this state, I'm all the way in that state. It's just not the same kind of environment that fosters those really deep connections. So whenever quality of life comes up and is in question, I always find it ironic because in my mind, there is way more than one definition of a good quality of life. And I guess it really depends on what variables you look at to decide what is quality.
Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm called Irene Soita. If you're new on this channel, consider subscribing, liking, sharing and commenting. Tell me where you'll be watching this video from. Guys, I've collected 3 videos and compiled together, and I just wanted to hear what these ladies had to tell us about what really made them to move to Jamaica, and how Jamaica has been treating them, how the Jamaicans have been good or bad to them, and each and every lady articulated herself so perfectly. So every place that you want to move or you decide to move will have there's that positive and negative, positive and negative side of it, you know. And for someone to make a decision that now it's time for me fully, I'm relocating to this country, to Africa, to Jamaica, to the US, to the UK, to the European countries or Asian countries, they must have been to that country at least once, not twice, not thrice, not even, they must have traveled to that country severally, and before they conclude and say like, okay, this is the perfect place for me to go and settle. You get me? Yeah, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So we have met these three ladies who have told us how they entered Jamaica. And before they made that decision of moving to Jamaica, Jamaica was not new to them. It was it's a place that they had been vacating. They had been going for staycation. Anytime that they wanted to go for a trip, they will choose Jamaica, you understand. And it was easier for them to make that mind that, oh, I'll be relocating to Jamaica. They've been telling, you know, the first lady told us about the how she finds Jamaica. She said like when she Jamaica, like when she compare her life to American life and Jamaican life, she find out that Jamaica is very cheap. The people of Jamaica are very friendly. So she dived in and say like in Jamaica, the houses and the apartment that she's paying less money, 3 times the money she was paying when she was in there's a monkey moving slowly, like I think they just noticed that I'm here, and there's a little one. Awesome. So so she's saying like Jamaica, the houses, or if you want to rent an apartment in Jamaica, it's cheaper compared to when she used to live in America. Because in America, houses, when you want to pay rent for 1-bedroom house, you'll have to pay for 1,500 not dirham, I'm sorry, dirham is for the United UAE. Yeah, UAE is also, when it comes to housing, UAE was also very expensive. So in the UAE, you'll pay for a studio at 1,500 dirham, but unlike in America, you pay for 1,500 for a 1-bedroom house. Then she talked about paying bills like mortgage, like bills for water, paying, you go to an extent of paying bills for what we call Wi-Fi, electricity bills. So there's a lot of burden that comes in with when you're staying in America, because you have to pay for Wi-Fi, you have to pay for gas. Do you know what I'm talking about? You have to pay for gas, you have to pay for electricity, you have to pay for Wi-Fi. I said Wi-Fi. You have to pay for water bills. And I remember there was in the past, there's a time I had this family saying that they are Kenyans, and they used to they are Kenyans who lives in the United States. So there's a friend of them who said like when they're coming from the United States, when they come to Kenya, they carry a lot of dirty clothes. Like when they're in the United States, even with the kids, they just stash clothes in sacks, so that when they come home, they come to wash clothes here in Kenya, then they'll carry the same clothes back to the America. And I was like, what? How can you keep clothes even for 1 year, dirty clothes? You know, even if you have worn them for 1 day. It's because they told me the excuse or whatever they said was like water bills. Water is very expensive in America. Yeah, water is very expensive. The bill is always up there, you understand, in the United States of America. And I kind of understand. And so when we are being told that the gas, you know, you have to refill the gas, you have to pay for it. Everything about America is luxury. Everything about America, you find out people are working for 3 jobs. Even you are working for 3 jobs. You are at 70 years and you're still working, because there are still bills looking up to you. And that's the reason, again, we find out that there are so many people who are homeless living on the streets. This lady tells us when she moved, like she has been in Jamaica for 5 years now, and when she moved to Jamaica, she felt like she was like she had renewed herself. Yeah, she felt like she had renewed herself, because now the rent, the apartment that she rented, it's a 1-bedroom apartment, and it goes from 350 350. That is 3 times what she was paying in America. And she lives close to the shore. There's water she can see outside there. She doesn't need to wash her clothes in the machine. What she uses is she just washes her clothes or calls in someone to wash her clothes and put their clothes outside the line. That's what we do it here. That's how we do it here. It's very hot. Right now we have a line, so you just put your clothes outside the line and they dry off. You understand? You don't need the machine, so that the machine that will make your electricity bill go up. You understand? And she talked about eating organic food. Like in America, people are not eating organic food. And she came out proudly saying like she has lost 8 pounds. Congratulations, my girl. 8 pounds. Because most food that is being the most food that people take in America is the processed food, and it's very, very unhealthy, and that food is very unhealthy. But she's saying that she eats organic food, the food that is grown in the farms. We have seen so many things, like the fish is there, meat is there, vegetables are there, tomatoes, the fruits, all these fruits are organic. They are planted, they are grown in the farms. So you're going to get something, you're going to get food stuff from the farm. You understand? You don't, and it comes at a cheaper price. Even though in Jamaica there's a video I read, and it was saying that food, of course, food in Jamaica or grocery is also expensive, but at least it's organic. It is organic. So when she went back to America, she felt so bad. Like, what? She felt so bad, and she wished that the health facilities that were offering in Jamaica that were offering in the United States, even though she went there to be treated on insurance, she was expecting to get the same health system in Jamaica, of which that's where America now beats us, or beats the black people nation. So this is a white lady whom has found love, peace and unity in a black dominated country. You understand? And she came out and told people to cut short the slang, saying that, oh, Jamaicans are drug dealers, oh, this and that. No way. There's no country that doesn't have crime. It's just how you carry yourself there, how you take in yourself there. You understand? When you go there, the hospitality, we have seen so many people saying like Jamaica is the country for everyone to travel. Like you have to add it to your destination bucket list. You understand? And I'm concluding it just to say like that's the best place for people to travel to. You understand? So this lady, they come out and say like you spend a lot of hours working in the United States, you need to have the nice cars and all that. You have to pay for the insurance of that car. But in Jamaica, people just live like literally people live not minding about which car I have to drive. You understand? But in America, you have to, and that's why you find a lot of you're spending a lot of money on the car insurance, paying a lot of money in those houses in America. But when you go to Jamaica, you just find yourself, you are in the home, like you are feeling at home. And the living standard in Jamaica, like in America, the budget, everything, you have to spend money, like literally a lot of money, not just cents, a lot of dollars. You understand? Living standard, when you want to live that standard, everyone wants to live that high standard because you are in America. You understand? So America is a land that you'll go and get money, but at the end of the day, you have to move out. When I had a friend who was telling me, she's in the United States, and she was telling me that when I get to my retirement age, at the age of 55 to 60, I will have to come back home. Because in America doesn't recognize age. There's nothing like age in America. You have to work. Like you have to work to pay the bills, to do everything. You understand? So you just have to have that retirement home somewhere waiting for you. So when you get to the retirement age, you have to move to that place. You have to go back home. You have to look for a country that will sustain you. And before you're moving to any country, we are being advised that you have to have traveled to that country not once, not twice, to check how it is it conducive for you? Is the climate favorable for you? But we all know that Jamaican has got all these beaches. It is a Caribbean country, it's one of the Caribbean countries that it's an island. The beaches, if you're that person who love the beach, you'll go and look for a house next to the beach, and you've been told that they're not expensive. One of the islands, if you want to go to Jamaica, just go live to the beach, next to the beach. You'll be waking up, heading to the water, coming out, heading to the water, sipping something nice for yourself, eating shrimp, eating everything organic. And you are told like Jamaica is the best destination for you. Jamaica, here we come. Oh my god, here we come, Jamaica. It's from me, Irene So Ita, to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and tell me where you'll be watching me from, because where look at where I am. And if you want to come to Africa, you are welcome. Look this amazing place. Oh my god, this one is so amazing. This down here, it's pan paper here. This one is pan paper. It was the first paper mills in East Africa, though it's closed down, and it was now it was sold to one of the biggest businessman entrepreneur in here in the country. He's an Indian origin of Indian origin. He's called Rai. He got so many companies here in Kenya, you know, and now he is the one who bought this pan paper here. So it's me, Irene So Ita, from you. I'm live working out here to you. I'm gonna be seeing you on my next video. Don't forget to watch till it finish. Bye bye.